Hi, I'm William, and this is the Toll Chapters 1 to 3 by Neil Shusterman. Summary. Uh, First, we look at the Fall of Enduro, which happened at the end of the Thunderhead. Goddard drowns the whole island along with the sides, except Citra and Rowan, and all the sides are consumed by sharks, thus unable to be revived. The Thunderhead deems everyone unsavory except Grayson Toliver. And Tonus believed that when Endura crashes, it was the Great Resonance, so they believed that it was their time to rise up. The toll has different perspectives with different time skips. So the different perspective have varying times that will need to be get you you that will need to be recognized. Grayson Tolliver was worshipped as the toll, which was the only one who can communicate with the Thunderhead. Perspectives. First, we look at the Toll and his Tonus followers, which occurs less than a year after Thunderhead ends. Second, we have Scythe, Pasulo, and Jericho, which is more than 3 years after. We have Scythe, Faraday, and Minura, which is almost immediately after the last book. And the last perspective hasn't been mentioned yet. Patron Historics. Uh, in the Thunderhead and the Toll, there's a lot more different sides that are mentioned. So let's take a look at their different names. First, we have Sidney Pasulo. He is a Brazilian explorer / social activist. He is still alive and was born in 1940. He is the leading authority on Brazil's remaining isolated indigenous peoples. He's a Sertanista, which is a backland expert, and he helps the uncontacted tribes, which uh, wishing to be left alone. Prometheus. He is the Greek god of fire, and he's not living, and he's part of the Greek mythology. He sympathized with humans, so uh, Greeks thought that he stole fire from the gods to give to mortals. And the gods punished Prometheus by chaining him on a mountain in the Caucasus, with an eagle forever eating his liver, and his liver grows back just to be eaten again. Constantine the Great. He is a Roman. He was a Roman emperor, and he was born in 272 and died in 337. He's the first emperor to advocate for Christianity and the prosecution for them, and he converted to Christianity in his deathbed. He also split the empire into two parts, which accelerated its downfall. Jim Morrison. He was an American singer from 1943 to 1971. He was the lead vocalist in the band The Doors and was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He developed alcohol dependency and died at 27, which is really young. Frida Kahlo. She was a Mexican painter / activist. She painted many folk art and portraits, including a self-portrait in this picture. And she was an icon for the feminism and LGBTQ movement. Uh, there's a lot more sides mentioned, and it would be cool if you did a couple more. And here's an example of the template that you should base your research upon. Vocabulary. We have one example, despondency. The definition is a state of low spirits caused by loss of hope or courage. A quote, this is Grayson thinking, yes, he was the one tied up, but there were more prisoners than he, trapped by their own despondency. Uh, Grayson is talking about how since the Thunder was gone, the Nimbus agents were lost, used in sentence. The woman trapped in the well started having a sense of despondency. Uh, I included more formats of the vocabulary, so you can look at the chapters and do more of them. Scenarios and their themes. Chapter 1, The Abduction of Grayson Toliver. The people's reliance on the Thunderhead is exemplified by the former Nimbus agents and their capturing of Grayson Toliver. And though the kidnappers had a good heart, which was stated by Grayson, they resorted to immoral ways because they didn't have a leading voice or a guiding voice that was the Thunderhead before. And since the people were accustomed to the Thunderhead, they didn't know what to do without it. So a moral is that you should appreciate things while they last, but never be too attached to it. Also, this relates to us because of our reliance on technology, and we should value physical things more and lessen our use of technology. Second, we have Mendoza. He is portrayed as a greedy character at the start of the book, and he is we can see him looking for opportunity to become more powerful, and he attaches himself to Grayson early so that he would be invaluable. He also tries to make Grayson into a godlike figure, even though Grayson thinks against it, and makes himself Grayson's closest advisor. A theme is that it is good to realize opportunities, but don't let greed take over. Some questions about this chapter. Is the Thunderhead an example of technology and the internet we have today? And if so, does what would happen if the internet and technologies all stop working in our time right now? And also, is greed a good thing? And when is it okay for you to take opportunities for self-interest? These questions don't have a correct answer, but you should express your feelings. Chapter 2, the Salvage of Diamonds. First, we have Jericho. We learned a little bit about him, how he was a scythe apprentice who saved Scythe Delhi and was awarded with an entire crew of and a ship so that he could pursue his dreams, which is salvaging lost objects in the sea. We can see that he is opportunistic and resembles a little bit like Mendoza, but we can later see why he's a little bit different. The Scythe regions. Goddard masterfully bends other regions into submission, and he becomes the Overblade, which you will see later. And he uses other regions' greed of diamonds and other things to manipulate them into giving him power and turning a blind eye on the obvious wrong ethic implications. And you can see this approximation of the land divided in the book side, the Scythe trilogy. Questions. How is Jericho different from the rest of the opportunistic people in the trilogy, which are Goddard and Mendoza? And who are bad people? And how is Jericho somewhat better? And also, is granting favors in such a powerful position such as South Delhi, is it a good thing and should it be done? Chapter 3. Since we just started and there's a lot of action in this chapter with Faraday and Manira landing into the land of Nod and finding it out and looking at what their ancestors have left, there isn't really a strong theme here. So I will cover the land of Nod and the themes in that perspective a little later. Well, thank you for watching this video and hope you enjoyed and come back for the chapters 4 and 6. Bye.